Hi there, welcome to this reading. If you are new, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome. I'm grateful for anyone who is here tuning in. I hope that you are able to receive some messages with love because that's how they are intended to just be helpful and to support you on your journey. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I open myself up to be a channel to for divine messages and Reiki energy to flow through. So let's get started, okay? All right, we got Ace of Pentacles. We got Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Okay, let me get some more of this before I start. Gratitude. Okay, so I feel like this is coming up as like a past, present, and future reading. I typically don't lay out cards in a certain format or anything, but this is the way that it's showing up to me. So that's how I read it. That's how I'll read it today. So the Ace of Pentacles is coming up as you might have started a relationship or friendship. When I say relationship, I don't necessarily mean romantic, but just some sort of relationship. It could be related to like business if you're working with clients. Maybe you've got a new friend at college you met and that's helping you study or something, or an opportunity could be, because I keep being drawn to the cricket, so I feel like there's an opportunity to possibly make money with something that you just kind of are starting to get off of the ground. This could be a side hustle, most likely, like you have a main job or you're mainly a student, something like that, but then you got some sort of side hustle going on. It could involve working with having clients or customers in some way. So this is what I see, where you're kind of feel lucky, or oops, there you go, sorry about that. You kind of feel like an opportunity has been handed to you for some of you. So it could be an idea that somebody else gave to you, or they're like, hey, you're good at this, you should do that. Or hey, I'm doing this, why don't you get into it? It could be a great opportunity, something like that. I don't know. But I do see that you're working on some sort of a skill that could be marketable. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the movement card. So you started out with Pentacles, and then we've got Knight of Pentacles. So this is you pursuing. It's also giving a little bit of Eight of Pentacles energy, where things are taking off. So like you start out with like two coins. So it could have been where like, this isn't really paying off right now, but it's okay because it's a hobby, or, I'm just getting started or whatever. So you've got a few coins there, but now he's got a big old bag over his shoulder. So I feel like, something that you started is starting to make a profit. You're starting to see results, or you're starting to also put more effort into it. Hi, Beanie. Hello. Oh my goodness, my handsome. Anyway, that's very interesting. He doesn't normally come over for my readings. Huh. So you're starting to make some sort of I said profit, but then there's a little bit more focus and steadiness going into it. So it's like, I don't see any kind of rushing. I don't see any kind of, I feel like it's a learn as you go type of thing. Yeah, this feels very steady. Learn as you go. Okay, I'm doing it. It feels good. I'm going with the flow a little bit. Not so go with the flow where it's like air or water free, but like go with the flow of like, I have a structure or a plan or an idea, and I'm kind of mapping it out, but I'm also kind of scribbling off on the chalkboard what doesn't work, and then I'm adding what I can try. So there's a little bit more precision is what came up, but yeah, I guess a little bit more precision than any other element, right? Because it's earth. And then we also have Six of Swords here. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, well, first of all, with all of it, I feel like the opportunity is gaining momentum, but it's also requiring, like I said, a learn as you go. So with the Six of Swords, I do feel like it's requiring you to be open to different ways of doing things. For those of you who this isn't about a relationship and it isn't about finances, I do feel like it could be about your own personal like body or regimen, routine, because I do, with the Six of Swords, that's coming through of saying like you may have had certain habits or a routine that just you're adjusting in order to pursue or seek some sort of opportunity. So I feel like your life is shifting in a way. It's not just that, hey, I'm doing a hobby and I'd like to make money off of it, or hey, I'm wanting to work on my fitness or my diet, or hey, I wanted to work on my relationship and build this. It's not just that. It's almost like this thing is really like inserting its way into your life. Like you've kind of created space for it, and are really focused on momentum or movement. Okay. So we have Isis, Mother Aset, faith and wisdom underneath the Six of Swords card. So like I said, I do feel like this is requiring you to kind of think outside of the box, or kind of, get rid of some thinkings, some habits that you've had for a while. That may have been ingrained, and you're just kind of like, hey, I'm learning new information, and so now this information can replace the old information, right? I do feel like for some of you, especially those working on diet and fitness, and relationships, honestly, it can fit across the board, but mainly what I was going to say is I'm being drawn to the plants here, and I feel like you're getting, for some of you, what you're doing could have to do with, like I said, diet and exercise, or it could do with plants, herbs in your environment, learning about them, adding certain ones to your diet. It could also be that you're nourishing yourself in a certain way, and so maybe you're gaining some sort of wisdom about how your body responds to certain chemicals, or your body gets tired when, or something like that. I'm just being really drawn to the flowers of learning about restoration and learning about healing, learning about health, wellness, also aroma. You could also be utilizing aromatherapy. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, for somebody here, you could be making some sort of a fragrance or perfume. That could be the idea that you're working on selling or something like that. Interesting, cool. Or maybe some sort of bundles, like you're going out and collecting rosemary bundles or something like that. Anyway, but you have this gratitude card that says, find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let the gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. Yeah, I do feel like somebody here could have some sort of an ailment for their body. Like it might be challenging for them to move around or to lift, or something with the body. And so with that gratitude card, I really feel like it's kind of saying, your body is doing the best that you can, you're doing the best that you can, and just to kind of remember that. and that there's a way to proceed forward despite any kind of challenges you've got going on. And that can take, like I said, gaining more information about the situation, gaining new knowledge about alternative routes, and seeking knowledge about that, doing some kind of research. And remember, I did say earlier, this seems like a learn as you go type of process, whatever you're doing. So it's definitely going to require you seeking some research, and this could also be learning from others. So you could be learning something from, you know, people on YouTube or TikTok, or reading some sort of articles, getting information from professionals, something like that. But I do feel like whatever information you're learning, it's going to help you kind of move forward in more of a steady pace, but more in an informed steady pace. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you can avoid mistakes. And even then, they're like, mistakes are learning opportunities, right? So I just feel like, you know, you can get as much information as possible and continue to move forward with your Knight of Pentacles. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you might not find information that is false, or that might set you back a little bit. But it just, you know, you just kind of continue to move forward. And I also said that the Knight of Pentacles was giving the energy of crossing things off of the chalkboard and then writing something else up there. So yeah. Oh, we got him again. We got Knight of Pentacles and we got Three of Cups. So definitely celebratory energy of family. We've got Three of Cups. This is the card of, you know, being together with others. So I feel like, honestly, this is more of a reminder that you are loved. There are people that love you. There are people that want to support you. There are people that want to celebrate you. So although you may be kind of wary about, you might see something as a challenge or a weakness or something you'd like to get rid of, there are people that appreciate you the way that you are and what you're doing. And there are people that want to celebrate you and support you in what you're doing. Okay. One more card here, please. I do feel like you're turning your back on something a little bit. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, he's moving towards something. But he's also got his head to the side a little bit. So again, that kind of hints at that steady pace where he's not like fully facing forward, of like charging ahead. He's got his eyes kind of in between the past and in the future. So he's being present, right? So I do feel like you're kind of, it is a middle ground type of process for sure. So I don't know, that's what I'm picking up. I guess that was worth noting. There could be a message here of like living in the moment, or just staying present in what you're doing. You know, not drifting off too far into the past of, oh, well, when I tried this in the past, it didn't work, or, you know, I couldn't stick to it, and X, Y, Z. No, it's kind of like, no, I'm doing this now, and I'm going to take it day by day, learn as I go, do a little at a time, and see the growth that it's attracting as I go, you know. So there's definitely, yeah, okay, I can kind of see, like, I feel like it could be helpful to have, if you have a long-term goal, cool, that would be great, but it could be helpful to have short-term goals in between, because I feel like if you're looking at the long-term goal, it can be overwhelming of like how the heck you're going to get there. And so with the Knight of Pentacles kind of looking in the middle direction, I feel like having short-term goals could be helpful in measuring your progress. Because, you know, if you feel like you can't measure something or see the benefits of something, then you might not keep going, right? So that's a message there for somebody. Let's do one more thing, and then I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Ooh, enjoyment. Heck yeah. So, tying it back to the beginning of the reading here, it says, striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. Okay, there's definitely a message here of like, this is for, well, that message can be for anyone, right? But I definitely feel like if it's related to when we were talking about hobby and business, there are definitely people who like enjoy doing something, but then once money gets involved, then it becomes work, and then you're no longer enjoying it, right? So there's definitely just kind of like this reminder of like, remember to do things that you love. And then we also had Three of Cups, where it was very celebratory, family oriented, friendly, and just kind of uplifting in spirits, right? So just remembering the why of why you're doing something, keeping that love, enjoyment, that intention, and being focused on that to kind of help you progress forward. Um, and then also, too, like, even if it pertains to working out, like, if you're fixated on a goal, then you're not really being present in the process of, losing the weight or building the muscle or, whatever you're trying to do, right? Um, but if it's fun for you, if you're enjoying it, then you're going to want to do it more. You're going to want to stick to it. You're going to enjoy the little moments of the gains or, as you progress forward to what you're trying to get to, right? Oh, today I ate an apple when normally I don't eat any apples. Or like, today I had a fruit, and next week I want to shoot for 3 fruits next week. I don't know, something like that. And so if you pick a fruit that you enjoy eating, then you're going to be more likely to have more fruits in your diet. So that's just an example, right? Just making sure that you're allowing enjoyment to be in the process for you to continue to do it. All right. Take care, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that resonated. If so, please comment below on how. I would love to hear it. And take care.